Hi everyone, welcome back to Beef Reacts, and today we're doing it. We're going to be listening to RWBY Volume 1's official soundtrack, the full soundtrack with lyrics. And so I have a little bit of a confession to make. I normally never do this, but when I first looked up the soundtrack, I saw that there were 17 tracks, but like half of it was the score. So I ended up checking out like one or two other reaction channels. Didn't watch any of it, of course, because I want to blind react to this. I just wanted to see what music they did, and I checked. I saw that they only did the 9 songs. This one has 10 with the Burn or I Burn remix. I'm gonna listen to it on camera, but if it uses the same lyrics, the only thing I may comment on is like the change of style. But I may not do the full song. I'm going to leave that up to my discretion in just editing. So there's that. Secondly, I'm not going to do the opening... what the hell am I thinking of? The opening theme with this video, just because it's going to be a long one anyway. And I think it fits more since we're going at it from a breakdown in a storytelling and setting up motif and setting up. I'm moving my hands, but like it's off screen, so you can't see me be doing all this. But like we're looking at it more from a concrete storytelling perspective rather than one of how the music goes in line with it. As much as I'd like to do the full 17 songs, half of it, more than half of it, I don't know, like maybe like 5 or 6, were like scores and like breaking down a score, because a score does tell a story. Like when you hear nothing, like just an instrumental, it does tell a story. It does give a very certain type of vibe and feel to it, and people that are composers understand that story very well. I am not a composer. I can only begin to touch on the tiny things I know about music, like composition. If I could give it in-depth analysis, I 100% would, and I would definitely try to. Oh my god, these are harsh lights. It still looks bad, but... yeah, so this has been a long one. Last thing I want... I don't like doing long intros. I'm sorry, everyone. The last thing I wanted to touch on was basically the original concept for this channel was... I wanted to call it Weep Reviews because I love watching anime, and like I wanted to do blind reacts to like seasons of TV shows or like animes, and then at the end when I finish the season have like a video essay drop about that season, because I thought it'd be like fun to do. And I've just slowly been building up to it, but I didn't know if anyone actually would want to see something like that. So this first one that we're going to be doing, hopefully Monday, is going to be a lot more off the cuff, and I'm going to write a couple of thoughts down, but I'm looking to do a more traditional format going forward, if that's all right with everyone, just kind of having more organized thoughts with it. That being said, I think we should just jump right into it, and I say that 4 minutes into the video, Jesus Christ. Yeah, so let's just get into it. Thank you. I think each one of those, breaking it down from like a lyrical perspective, I think, I don't want to just like redo it, but like, we start here with RWBY, and like we're slowly seeing each one of the girls introduced, but that's more of like a thematic. I'm not trying to touch on like necessarily the thematic aspect of it. More of what I'm trying to touch on here is that each one of these lines is introducing the core 4 of the girls in its own way. So like, we have Weiss being introduced here, but, like, honestly, I think this line is about Weiss, where she's been preparing her entire life in a way to be the best huntress she could be. And then we now know that Blake has been a Faunus obviously she's been a Faunus her entire life. She was born a Faunus, but like sorry, but like so like the dream that she's always dreamed obviously is one of equality and one of fighting for something, and she's, you know, that's when she's shown. And then we see Yang there, which you could say that Yang can help with that. You could say something along those lines. And like ultimately, it like from listening to the song like multiple times, like it is at least this first verse about coming into yourself and coming into like your own like working. Like you have to work for it. So let's hear that one more time. Sorry, I always apologize to you guys. I hate apologizing too, which is the weird part. I don't want to hear Absolution. Hope you ready for this. So, in the song, it seems like, at least in context to the show, this new generation is going to be one that leads the way into a revolution. And without knowing anything, I'd be willing to bet that this revolution has to do with the Faunus and has to do with the White Fang, and showcasing that while these teams, these hunters and huntresses work together, my boy Ozpin, God, I love Ozpin. Have yet to see him do anything dope, but I just love him for no reason. I think he is kind of raising this generation to be the revolutionaries in a way. So that's where it normally ends. So now we're getting on to verse 2, which, from what a lot of people were saying in the comments, I do read the comments and I try to respond, but sometimes I'm shy, guys. I don't know. But okay. Your world needs a great defender. Your world's in the way of harm. You want a romantic life, a fairy tale that's full of charm. Okay, so your world is in danger, and each character is based off a fairy tale. So when it says romantic life, I don't think it means romance in traditional sense. I think it means romantic as in romanticizing, which is the act of, you know, creating a grandeur, like, sense of something. Like, you can romanticize people, you can romanticize eras or certain things. Like, a lot of people tend to romanticize the like revolutions. They tend to romanticize, like, they romanticize things that I'm having a hard time talking. They tend to romanticize things that have a sort of similar belief to themselves. So like that's how, you'll notice that a lot. So, humanity, as we were told in the opening, the opening monologue in episode 1, humanity was the light to fight against the dark. And if she's saying here, humanity is currently ending and it's going down, and that the dark is going to return, that this world outside of the light, outside of humanity, is very unforgiving, it's very dark, and that even the strongest, even the most, even the best fighters, and they're not going to be able to continue. Holy fucking shit, I'm sorry, but from a moment to geek out, I fucking love harmonizing choruses in the back. Sick! And a fucking guitar solo? Fuck yes! Fucking love guitar solos, dog. And it seems like the keys changed a little bit. Okay, so if they are lightning, that's a bright flash of light, and it illuminates the entire sky within the dark. So thematically, or not thematically, but I think what the song is kind of being broken down into, it's like part of me wanted to save this for the breakdown, but honestly, I could do the breakdown now, but like without like the thematic stories for the rest of the season. But like I think a lot of what it's saying about at least the show RWBY here is that these girls are at least the school for Beacon. It's interesting that it's called Beacon as well, because beacons are a beacon of like light, but if lightning's going to illuminate the sky in a quick like flash, that at least would tell me, holy shit, 12 minutes for the first song. God, I am pathetic. So, if it's going to like do that, then that would mean that the girls, like, they are like this bright, quick light that illuminates the sky, especially in dark moments. If they're saying that they are the lightning in the bottle, that they are in a moment's notice that bright light that has to fight against the dark. Not the finger picking, dog. Fuck, I love it. I don't know why I always thought that it said victory is inescapable, which I thought was a banger line, but victory in a simple soul, it kind of changes the meaning a lot, where it's saying that like those with good hearts and those just that don't, I don't want to say complicate things, but like complicated typically means muddied and like have a lot of different motivations to do things. But like this is saying that like the victory comes in those that are pure-hearted and just wanting to get it done as soon as possible. And we're immediately going to the next one, which is Red Like Roses. Sorry, I'm gonna have to cut that. So the next song that we're going into immediately is Red Like Roses, and yeah, let's jump into it. So, I don't know. But I think the white coat that she's kind of yearning for in the beginning is her mother. I have no idea of knowing, but I kind of get the feeling that that is her mom. And I think she wore the white coat, and she's that's at least what I'm getting, and this is the song for Ruby, so that's at least my thought process. Is she talking about Yang? She has to be talking about Yang, right? And then black descending from the shadows sounds like Blake. Now it makes me think that white is about Weiss. That doesn't feel right, though. They could have a double meaning. That is possible. Ooh, change in tempo. So far, each one of these, I shouldn't say each one of these, but the two of these songs have fantastic fucking solos. And they're, like, very good at building the emotional tension within them. Shouldn't say solo, I mean instrumentals. Such a fucking sick riff. It's giving Jack Sparrow. It is giving Jack Sparrow, definitely. Black Pearl Jack Sparrow. Best Jack Sparrow, IMO. So I think this is kind of giving you a glimpse into Ruby's mind a little bit. So, like, it starts, like, very sweet, and it's, like, and by starts very sweet, what I mostly mean is it starts with, like, this slow, kind of like a naive sense, but, like, as like, we're seeing her immerse herself in this world of hunting, and, like, even if she built her own weapon, even if she practiced on the Beowulfs and did all of that, like, notice how it's, like, getting faster in tempo. And that's, like, giving you a glimpse into her mind in a way. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's at least kind of what I feel like it's alluding to. And I didn't want to do... Well, not that I didn't want to, but I could cut part 2 after this. I don't think I'm going to. The next song is Mirror Mirror, but main reason why I don't think doing them together makes sense is it's not just because it's a lazy editing thing. That's probably part of it, knowing me. When they put this soundtrack together, if they genuinely wanted to have Red Like Roses Part 2 after Part 1, they would have done that. But the fact they didn't means that as a album, it needs to tell a cohesive story as well, which is why a lot of albums typically have motif, and like the way the songs are ordered does matter for a lot of those albums, because it's like you could try to play them on shuffle, but like, you know, there's a reason why there's an interlude, there's a reason why there's skits there, and certain rap albums, of course, but like in you could listen to a T Swift album and there is a motif in like 1989 or Folklore or something like that where it's telling a story and bringing you on a journey. Like, you want to listen to you want to listen to Cardigan, and then you want to listen to fucking August, and then Betty. That's the last one. Like, you want to listen to the story in the way that it's supposed to be told, not the way that it's being presented to you. So here's Mirror Mirror, by the way. First thing you immediately notice is it's a piano rather than Ruby's seem to be a little bit more rock-esque, where this one's more of a piano riff. Now I don't know what's coming in next, but it's the first thing I noticed. It's a much sweeter, somber tune. Oh, fuck. This is about Weiss. This recontextualizes a lot. She's still a prissy bitch, but this does recontextualize a lot. Fuck that transition. Guys, I am so sorry that we're not even fucking 10 seconds into the song, but like, goddamn. Like, that violin transition, holy fuck. With the bass drop. And this inner piano riff turns into this insanity, basically. Like, it's giving the inner turmoil that Weiss would be facing, and like the fact that she's talking to a mirror means that she's only talking to herself. And a lot of times mirror motifs are your inner worst demons, and it's the things that people don't want to, how do I say, it's the things in movies when you see a mirror, it's typically a more honest or a more sinister version of yourself, because they're supposed to be two sides of the same coin. They're the parts of you that you do not want to embrace, typically. That's why if you're dreaming, you should never, ever, ever, ever fucking look into a mirror. That is the quickest way to turn into a nightmare, because that's you, as your conscious is slowly awaking, confronting what you think of yourself. Don't look into a mirror when you're dreaming. You will not recognize yourself, and you will fucking hate it. Just a word of warning. I didn't even finish my thought. Yeah, so like Weiss is looking at herself, and she's saying who is the loneliest of all, because she deep down knows that she is lonely, and I'm guessing growing up in that isolation of, you know, with her having the last name she has means she could just fucking die at any moment. Like, that is a terrifying reality for any child to ever face. At the end, we're gonna give a round of applause for this singer. I was reading that this was like her first time singing and that she was only 13 when she did this. Like, fucking props! One more time, please, because that fucking change of tempo, change of fucking, I guess, I don't want to say key. Guys, I'm not a musician, but like, fuck, man. If I knew words, I'd use them properly, but I don't. This recontextualizes all of Season 1. Guys, I know I did not fuck with Weiss, but it doesn't forgive anything. It just recontextualizes it, and like, I know you guys said, wait till the end, wait till the end. I wish I started with this. I wish I knew this going into it, because I didn't even think about any of this shit. And you still decided to be a bitch to RWBY, Penny, Yang, everyone. Sorry, next song is Un Momento. Alright, the next song is from Shadows. So this is our Blake song. Also piano, interesting. And the haunting opening. This one has a much longer opening than the rest have had. But I think it really builds into Blake's, I don't want to say motif, but like, it builds into her character that she is very secretive and she is very reserved in a way. So like, for us to actually get inside of her head takes a lot more secretive, and like, the music is prying in a way, but not... Like, it sounds like a spy, right? Like you're going in. And then becomes very techno. Okay. It's giving Sonic Adventure 2, but in like the best way ever.
Intruder, identify yourself.
Oh, damn. Right? Anyone else hearing the Sonic Adventure 2 in this?
From
knowing what I know now, take back what you stole from Shadows. So what I'm guessing is the White Fang thinks that the forced labor of the Faunus for the Schnee family is rightfully theirs and their labor. Interesting. It seems like what if each of these like 4 songs that we've heard, or not 4, but like I guess the last 3? Yeah, the last 3 would makes the most sense here. The last 3 of what we heard, like we're getting an inner look at these girls' motivations and at what's really driving them inside their head, and it seems like Blake is being raised in this state of like fear and just wanting to be seen as an equal, and that now she has to fight tooth and nail just to have that. It's a very fascinating look at her. Yeah, it seems like all she wants is to just be seen as an equal. Or at least not all she wants, but like she wants that for her people. Born with no life into subjugation. Oh, so they just so the first verse was just kind of out there, and this one just gives it right to you. It tells you exactly. That's fucking sick, dude. Born with no life into subjugation, treated like a worthless animal. Oh, damn. Stripped of all rights, just a lesser being, crushed by cruel, ruthless human rule. When it started, only wanted was a chance to live our life. Now in darkness, taking anything we want and we will rise. We'll rise. So this one is definitely the most, I don't want to say story related, but it really gives the best sense of Blake's mindset back when she was with the White Fang, it seems like. Like, we're seeing what she's getting, and she's like, yeah, I don't want to be in, like I don't want to be in the darkness, I don't want to be subjugated by humans, and it's like, it's a sad thing that it's a real world effect, and like, it still happens to this day, and it's just always a horrible, fucking horrible thing, and it's like really hard to do one-to-one motifs like this where it is bigotry and it is racism and it is like things like that, because there's so many different types of human beings, and when you try to relegate it to one specific group of people, and try to encapsulate all of them, it can typically fall short. But like, I enjoy how this is doing it, where it's just saying this form of bigotry can exist anywhere with anyone, and it doesn't really matter how it's specifically different when it kind of all tends to look the same in a way. It's a very beautifully haunting message. Also, this again, sorry, instrumental sick. I know I'm saying give Sonic Adventure 2, but I fucking love Sonic Adventure 2 music. Battle Adventure 2, by the way. And then we get the haunting piano that takes us away from our mind. Like, we were given a glimpse into Blake, and now we're just being slowly taken out of her. It sounded wrong. But, like, we're being slowly taken away from it. Like, how she decided to leave, and she realized that what she was doing isn't going to really be fruitful. And, like, it's sad. And our next song is the I'd Burn remix. It's weird that the remix was put before the original in this, but I don't know if that's supposed to be that way, but we'll see. But it's Yang Gang time, and as everyone knows, I fucking love Yang. I wonder why all these start with this, like, very haunting, like, ooh in the beginning. It's a very interesting thing to me. This seems like a lot more dance clubby, which fits in the spot where I guess Yang is ultimately during the trailer for her. I don't think I'm gonna keep this. There's not much to say. There's really not much to talk about with it. Wait a minute. Is this where Yang's part comes in? Has to be, right? No, this is just a mashup of all four songs. I don't love it. It's not bad. It's actually a really good mashup. So, like, it's not a bad mashup. It's actually, like, a very enjoyable one. It's just kind of like... It typically when you remix something, you're changing the overall vibe to it, and this one, it just seems like you're kind of connecting these three songs as they come together, and like it doesn't fit together the way that I think necessarily works with how the album's been progressing, because the album's been introducing. It starts by talking about the revolution, all right? It's talking about what it is, and that what we're about to see are the people fighting the revolution, and that they won't take no for an answer, and they're going to keep working at it until it fucking happens. But this song kind of puts an abrupt pause to it, because after we hear about the revolution, we're introduced to my goodness, give me 1 second. We're introduced to our three main, well, I don't want to say our three main characters, but we're introduced to our three main warriors that are going to be the big players in this revolution eventually. And then this isn't this is just repeating what we've already heard in a way so far. So I have to wait till Yang comes in. Because now we have to listen to Blake. Where they pick that part and they auto-tune the shit out of it. Yeah, this has just been a rehash of this entire thing. Fuck, now I do have to keep this. Damn it. I shouldn't say damn it. Like, it's not a, like I said, it's not a bad song. It's just, in terms of the album's, like, thematic pacing, it just doesn't fit very well. Like, I'm still waiting for my girl Yang. So I don't think they should be placed here. I think the actual I Burn should be here. Right? Yeah, it feels wrong to be listening to this in this order because this is Yang's part that I haven't heard yet. And it kind of, like, lessens it to a degree. So I am going to skip the rest of the song. I apologize. I didn't think the song was bad either. Like, me saying, like, those comments where it's like it doesn't fit doesn't mean it's a bad song. Like, it's a remix, and it's like a mashup of the four ladies together. The only reason why I didn't necessarily find it that great in this moment is because we're building a story out of this album, and that story kind of gets lost a little. But the next song is Gold. The next song is going to be Gold, and yeah, let's jump into it. Oh, you can tell it's Yang. Because it's so much happier, and it's like very confident and self-assured. So. That's the type of fucking confidence I want in life. Damn. Like, I want to be the guy to make that does the impossible every day. That makes the impossible happen. Fuck Yang. It seems like Yang is the optimist, happy-go-lucky girl. Yeah, that was given from the moment we saw her and she grabbed that dude's dick. But, like, she's so confident in herself and her abilities that the fact that that she's not afraid to be in the dark because she'll be the light for others and she'll guide the way when they need them. And, like, that's a very... it's very interesting thought process. Not thought process. It's a beautiful thing. Like, I wish I could be more articulate about it, because it's like what I want to say ultimately is just like her character that is being presented here is like very similar to what we get in the show, but like we don't really get as much Yang to see this yet. So like we don't see her be that light in the dark, to be this voice of camaraderie and like the glue that kind of holds them together. And I think that's kind of what she can be ultimately. She's the one getting Weiss to rethink the stuff with Blake. She's the one getting Ruby into like supporting and knowing that her sister could do anything. Like we typically take these support characters and we try to like make them out to be nothing, but like genuinely Goku's nothing without Krillin. And like people talk about Dragon Ball Z and they're like, oh, Goku's the strongest. If Krillin didn't die, there would be no Super Saiyan. And it's like, oh, so Krillin had to die. He died like 7 times. That's not the point I'm making. My point is that Krillin is Goku's best friend, and making him go enraged, like even in the original Dragon Ball, like, yeah, that was great. But seeing it against Lord Frieza for the first time, no one gives Krillin credit for unlocking Super Saiyan and making the Dragon Ball world infinitely more fucking interesting. No one gives him credit for it. I'll be the first one to fucking do it. Like, thank you, Krillin, for doing what you did. Without you, I would not have been in my backyard screaming and flexing every fucking thing in my body, trying to make my hair go gold. Because that would have been sick. Didn't happen, but it would have been. I love her. For the older siblings in the crowd, I think this is kind of a thing that gets lost on. I think older siblings tend to naturally have this inclination to protect and love and be there for their younger siblings, and like I think that kind of adds to their personality. And as someone who's the youngest sibling, that it's something that doesn't go unnoticed, and it is appreciated as much as it seems like us as the youngest siblings kind of don't care. It's a beautiful thing to actually see. I also love that it's like a 70s motif. Fucking love it. Yeah, this is clearly about RWBY, and I love it. I love this so much, dog. So we're seeing the inner world of Yang here, and it's a world that she'll be the best older sister she can be. She doesn't want RWBY to worry, and that she's going to fight and be there for her. And I think that's what we're ultimately getting at is that Yang is someone who deeply loves and cares for RWBY more than anything. I just love it. I love her. She's killing it. My shoulder's still too low. Fuck. It's still good. Whoops. Un momento. So this one's going to be the original I Burn. Already completely different vibe.
Come at me and you'll see I'm more than meets the eye. You think that you'll break me, you're gonna find in time.
So I love how we're giving two different sides of Yang here. We're getting the part of her that is all love, and now we're getting the part of her that is motive. Like, beforehand, like, yeah, she's like, I will be everything you need because that's who I am for you. And now we're getting to see who she is for herself.
I'm more than meets the eye. You think that you'll break me, you're gonna find in time. Your skin is too close to a flame that's burning hotter than the sun in the middle of July. Feeling that you're on me, but you still can't win. Listen up, silly boy, 'cause I'm gonna tell you why.
I love it. I love. That's a baller fucking line, boys and girls. But baller fucking line! Sorry. I am peeking, but fuck! Like a fever! Weed! This is giving Radical Highway.
Reign supreme in your dreams. You'll never make me bow. Kick my ass. I'm world class and Super Saiyan now.
Super Saiyan! My girl reads DBZ? Oh, fuck!
I'm world class and Super Saiyan now. You're starting up a fight that you just can't finish. Watch a little heart slowly slipping off the floor. Praying that you're like a cloud, you're my baby. High as you can go out on the water going.
Just the amount of confidence. I am going to use a phrase here that may offend some, and I'm sorry, but Yang serves cunt. I will not elaborate. You know if you fucking know. Queen.
Let's kiss and make up and you'll learn. You can fight your life away. I get what I want, so I run and just watch me burn.
How do you, son? You feel my fire, pyromaniac, my desire. Thought that you could see the truth till I just burned down the booth.
Oh, we got rap? Oh, we got some rap in here?
Pyromaniac, my desire. Thought that you could see the truth till I just burned down the booth. Human Torch can't fuck with me. Johnny Blaze, suspect B. Strike them quick, lightning fast. Melt them bitches down to ash. Gasoline, kerosene. Strike a match, ignite the scene. Shit will never be the same. Feel the fury of my flame. Beg for mercy, it won't help. Embrace the ending you were dealt. Seems you fucks will never learn. Now sit back and watch me burn.
This might be my favorite. I'm not gonna cap. I don't need to listen to the rest of the album. This might be my favorite. I can't make that determination right now, but like this might be my favorite. Such a banger fucking song. Dude, she is just serving it on a fucking platter. It's amazing how they've made multiple characters who are just insanely good role models for all people. Like, Yang is a good role model, RWBY is a good role model, and, like, Weiss, as much as I hate her, can be a good role model if she's written correctly, which I think she is, considering how all of you fucking love her. Like, that's the beautiful thing about characters, and, like, you know, I know this is gonna be a long video, because we still have, like, I think 3 to 4 fucking songs to get through, but, like, my point overall is always, writing as a standpoint, I am someone who genuinely loves the art of storytelling. It's something I've been studying since, probably, like, 15. Like, and I don't mean studying in the sense of, like, oh, I just like watching movies. I mean dissecting, analyzing, breaking down. I was 14, I watched Dr. Horrible sing-along vlog, and I made the decision right then and there to become a film director. I said, that's what I want to do with my life. And since then, I would buy and read every fucking possible thing to break down stories. And the one thing I love about storytelling is that it is... narratives predict the future. Narratives are the world because they are just they are experiences and observations of universal truth written and boiled down into fun and exciting ways to convey to other people. So these characters are real people based on our writers' experiences. And, like, yes, you have a fictional world. Yes, you could do, like, the rule of cool, but at the end of the day, if something is based in a lie, those stories just don't do fucking well. It's why propaganda never really lasts that long. Like, there's not effective propaganda 100 years after it comes out. It only comes out during a specific point, and then it's never fucking talked about unless in history context. Like, we talk about Frankenstein. We talk about the stories that these girls are fucking based off of for goddamn reason. It's not because they're just like, oh, fairy tales are nice. Fairy tales work, especially in their original context, because they're universal. It needs to be universal, and it needs to not just apply to... It needs to apply past race, creed, all of it. It's what makes storytelling beautiful, and it's what's made humanity fucking thrive. The fact that we can have a story like Beowulf, or like fucking oral traditions that started most religions, like, you cannot like what they started, but the reason why we have been able to connect from fucking thousands of years ago to today is because information of things our great fucking ancestors learned were boiled down into fun little stories that you would tell around the campfire to teach your children something new without them having to experience pain. So they've saved you a lifetime worth of knowledge within a fucking bedtime story. And that happened, and that snowballed into what we have now. That is why storytelling is such a fucking strong thing. And if you are good at it, like this is... It is one of the most beautiful things ever. Sorry. Yeah, but my life philosophy is ultimately narrative breeds reality, and you can always change your story, and you can always take the pen and rewrite whatever's going on in your life, and you should 100% do that if you're ever in a bad situation. And sometimes there are things beyond your control and you just have to work through it. The next song is I May Fall, which I think is going to be about the girl's self-doubts and things. Let's go for it.
There's a day when our hearts will be broken, when a shadow will cast out the light, and our eyes cry a million tears, help won't arrive.
There's a day when the courage collapses and our breath suddenly leave us behind.
So this is going to be a song about failure and about what our characters are going to do in the face of adversity.
Creatures of darkness will triumph, the sun won't rise. When we lost our hope, it's begun to fear, and the skies rain blood, and the end draws near. I may fall, but not like this. It won't be by your hand.
That's the type of attitude I want in life. If you've seen Big Fish, This Is Not How I Die, which is still one of the... God, I fucking love that movie.
By your hand. At this place, not tonight. I may fall, bring it all. It's not enough to take me down. There's a place where we'll stand outnumbered, where the wolves and the soulless will rise. In the time of our final moment, every dream dies.
There's a place where our shields will lay shattered.
I disagree. If dreams are big enough, they will never die. But I respect what they're going for here.
In the time of our final moment, every dream dies.
There's a place where our shields will lay shattered, and the fears all that's left in our hearts.
Strength and a courage of run out, we fall apart. When we lose our faith and forsake our friend. When the moon is gone and we reach our end.
I fucking love the way that piano comes in. Just the way it what makes music so fucking beautiful and what makes it so good is the way that it emphasizes it comes in and it punctuates. Like words punctuate like a beautiful thing like music and a beautiful thing like television and like even dance. And like I can't break down dance. I don't understand how you do choreography, and I have nothing but respect and fucking love for people that can. But like for the love of God, the way that this comes together right here where it says I may fall, but we hear these notes of strength. Like it's so fucking beautiful, dude. Like get ready for it. Like you hear it, right? It's saying like I may fall, like I may go down, but I'm going down how I want to go down. You won't fucking take me down unless it's swinging. And that's what you... Fuck!
There's a moment that changes us.
Oh my god, and they cut the music out, which is usually done for like one or two purposes. One, to just have it like when you're going a cappella, it could mean like, how do I say this? You're either emphasizing or you're like it's almost always done for emphasizing, but you're either like I've seen it done mostly in like at the end of like raps and shit like that, like oh yeah, it's like the Eminem thing, but like people do it during like freestyle just to show how fucking good they are. or it's like shown to just draw you in because you're like, oh, the song's over, but they're still talking. So like, god damn, like just get it.
There's a moment that changes a life when we do something that no one else can.
And the path that we've taken will lead us one final stand.
There's a moment we'll make a decision.
And they do the key change.
Crash on the ground.
The moment we face our worst demons, our courage found. When we stand with friends, and we won't retreat, and we stand down, and the taste is sweet.
Fuck yeah, dude. That's the Captain America against Thanos moment. You know the one I'm talking about. Fucking sick. Gives me goosebumps every time I watch it. I love it. They... God damn it! It's so good! We went from one banger immediately to the next one. God damn! Oh my goodness. Oh my... Oh. I don't mean... I just have... They went so hard, and like just the I'm speechless, literally speechless, and I want to say what I want to say. Goddamn, our motif of being not motif. God damn it, Matthew, use right words. So, what we're getting at here is we open with what we're going to see, which is the revolution. We're seeing that our girls have to who they are, and we're being introduced. And Yang gets the most introduction, and we see that she is not only the light that holds this group together, but she's also the fighter and the one who burns and who is going to literally not be beaten because she can't be beaten. And then we're introduced to I May Fall, which is a situation where they're going against insurmountable odds in the revolution. And now, it doesn't matter if they fall, because they're not going to fall here. And it's not about them, and it's become bigger than them. Very, very strong. Let's get on to the next song.
I couldn't
Sorry, next we have Red Like Roses Part 2. Fuck, I love Red Like Roses.
I couldn't take it, couldn't stand another minute.
Fuck yeah.
Couldn't bear another day without you in it.
Fuck yeah.
All of the joy that I had known for all my life was stripped away from me the minute that you died. To have you.
Yes, this is clearly about her mother. Red Like Roses is definitely RWBY dealing with the death for her mother. Good to know.
All of the joy that I had known for all my life was stripped away from me the minute that you died. To have you in my life was all I ever wanted.
Fuck.
But now without you, I'm my soul forever haunted.
Ooh.
Can't help but feel that I had taken you for granted. No way in hell that I could never comprehend this. I wasn't dreaming when they told me you were gone. I was wide awake and feeling that they had to be wrong. How could you leave me when you swore that you would stay? Now I'm stuck inside a nightmare every single effing day. It's like a movie, but there's not a happy ending. Every scene's made black and there's no pretending. This little fairy tale doesn't seem to end well. There's no nothing shining everyone wavy from a spell.
Guys, I'm sorry, but I keep saying that this might be the favorite, but like these songs have been bangers after fucking bangers. So that makes me believe that the mom wanted to fight the revolution too, and just passed before it was her time to do so. I love how it changes the attitude of the song. Oh, fuck, guys, you know, I've recorded a video every single day for like close to 2 months, and like you would think I'd understand how the space works with cameras, and I'd know it's staged left, but I'm looking at myself and I'm going like, oh, I want to move my left hand, and it's my right hand on here. Crazy how I don't know how to do it. Anyway, yeah, so we're just, it completely changes the attitude of the song, and it fucking hits, dude. And it's her mom talking back to her? Oh! I'm silently screaming. And I love the guitar riff too. Not riff, but like I love the way it's punctuating, it's punchy, it's coming at me. Shit, dude.
I know you're broken down by anger and by sadness. You feel I left you in a world that's full of madness. Wish I could talk to you if only for a minute. Make you understand the reasons why I did it. I wanna tell you that you're all that ever mattered. Want you to know that for eternity I'm shattered. I tried so hard just to protect you, but I failed to. And in a prison of abandonment I failed to. I never planned it.
Oh my god. Oh my. That is so poetically haunting.
Tried so hard just to protect you, but I failed to. And in a prison of abandonment I failed to. I never planned that I would leave you there alone. I was sure that I would see you when I made it back home. And all the times I swore that it would be okay. Now I'm nothing but a liar and you're thrown into the fray. This bedtime story ends with misery ever after. The pages are torn and there's no final chapter. I can't have a choice, I did what I had to do. I made a sacrifice and forced a bigger sacrifice on you.
Oh my god, dude. This is, it's so much.
I know you lived a nightmare.
Oh my goodness.
I caused a summer pain. But baby, please don't do what I did. I don't want you to waste your life in vain.
What?
Red like roses, fill my head with dreams that bind me. Always close to the innocent sadness that is gonna take the place of you. You're not the only one who needed me. I thought you understood. You were the one I needed, and you.
I love how they're talking back to each other like this is a conference. Oh my god. It's giving so much of RWBY. And like it's so hard to explain properly, but like just the way that this is kind of coming across is just, it is trauma of losing a parent. And like it's hard. And these are conversations that you wish you can have sometimes.
Who needed me? I thought you understood. You were the one I needed, and you left me as I always feared you would. I'd change it if I could. It doesn't matter how the petals scatter now. Every nightmare that discloses it's your blood that's red like roses, and no matter what.
It's your blood that's red like roses. That can mean a lot of things, but does that mean that RWBY found her mom dead?
That discloses it's your blood that's red like roses, and no matter what I do, nothing ever takes the place of you.
And the fucking guitar goes sick. I wish. And no wonder Yang feels like she had to step up. I don't know how young RWBY was when her mother passed away, but like if she, it makes sense why Yang always has to be that light for RWBY then. And now our next song is Wings, which I believe was the ending song of the first season, maybe? Oh my god, it is. That song was so beautiful. Now we have to, now listening to it in the context of the story, I wonder if this is the last song, it's going to end the journey of this, and I want this to recontextualize everything for me here.
One life is not a long time
Facts.
when you're waiting for a small sign. Patience is hard to find.
I don't know how to explain this, but this seems like Blake before she joined the White Fang. And I could be completely off base here, but like, it's interesting how patience is a virtue and we have to wait for good things, but I think the problem with a lot of patience and a lot of people that put such a priority on patience is that they believe patience and inaction are the same thing. You need to do something. If somebody just, you can't just be patient for things you want. You have to actively and fervently go after them, and the patience comes in after that in a way. Like you have to be patient that your work is going to be paying off. You can't be patient in the sense of like, I'm trying to like give a good example here, like lifting or something. If you want to be able to bench press fucking 2 plates, or just you want to become stronger, you can't just sit down every day and wait to become stronger. You have to be patient that the work that you're doing is eventually going to lead there. Like, you have to trust your process and you have to trust what you're doing. And it's like, the fact that this singer's waiting for a small sign and they're not, at least, like, of course one life is not enough time to wait for something like that, because you're not doing anything to get what you want.
Is hard to find. Shadows seem to fill your life. Don't be disappointed. Don't let your heart break. Don't spend another minute in this way. It's okay.
This song is beautiful.
Dry your eyes now, baby. Broken wings won't hold you down. You'll take flight soon, baby. You'll be lifted up
Okay, so broken wings aren't going to hold you down. Metaphorically, what are we talking about here? We're really this video is long. Okay. I'm just taking a moment to process. So what we're getting at here is she is this is a song of a mother to their child. I still feel like it's about Blake. Like it makes the most sense to be about Blake, and especially young Blake
is a long night
Okay.
when you're searching with no hope inside.
This song is genuinely like it's equal parts heartbreaking as it is hopeful in a way. Like we're
Aimless on the inside, and the damage makes you want to hide. I know that it seems pointless. I know that it feels fake. I know you can't stand the thought of being straight. One more day.
here's it.
Dry your eyes now, baby. Broken wings.
Now this song could be about actually two things now that I think about it, giving that this entire album seems to be about a revolution and our four main combatants that will lead the revolution, and our last song was a grisly fucking battle. It kind of makes me think that this song is the aftermath of that battle and them searching for the hope with all the death and destruction that they have caused and that they've seen. Like, how do you have hope? Like your wings are broken. Like, even if you're fighting for a good cause, like I couldn't possibly imagine how difficult and how hard a something like a war is, where you know that you're fighting for something regardless of what side you're on. You're fighting for something, and all you can see around you is death and destruction. Imagine being in a trench, and like obviously the people that won those wars, they won, and that what they wanted ultimately came out, and we view it as good, just, and whatever. I'm not saying that, I'm not making an argument here, there, or the other thing, but like even in World War One, like how do you keep morale up if you're like a soldier in a trench and you've just watched your battalion get fucking domed, basically? Like, you've watched hundreds of people that you knew just die. Your friend is succumbing to trench foot. Like it is what it is. After the war is ended and the battle is gone and you're left to count the bodies, how do you have hope? Yeah, it's 12 hours of searching. You're searching for a sign that this was worth it, and oftentimes it's hard to say if it ever was. And I think that's kind of what this song is getting at. And as the closer of it, it's telling the audience before we even get into this that when this is done, when this war is over, when this revolution ceases, will what you lost be worth it? ultimately, I think the answer is going to be yes, but like, it's gonna be hard, right?
Broken wings won't hold you down. You'll take flight soon, baby.
It'd be interesting if it's like
Lifted up,
it's like a baby phoenix, where it's like
and you'll be there.
it'll come back to life and be reborn out of its ashes, which is kind of an interesting. I think phoenixes, thematically speaking, always, I shouldn't say always, but they tend to give off a sense of like the human spirit in a way where it's like, look, people say that there's no new ideas under the sun, and in a sense they're right. I really hate how harsh this light gets on my face. In a sense that they are kind of correct. In another sense, it's the idea that ideas never really die. And like an idea can die, but it will be reborn eventually again, because you can only observe so many things about the world. And it just is. And this song is a closer to the album, just makes a lot of sense ultimately, because like it has a very, it's bittersweet in a way, and it's like we didn't get the full story in season 1. We got a good taste of what it could be, and here we're being shown, introduced, and reveling with certain characters. But like I said, I already gave my full breakdown a little bit ago of it, where it's like it's clearly an album about a revolution and 4 characters who are going to lead the revolution, or at least be major players in that revolution, who are going to fight even when it's dire, even when it seems hopeless. They're going to try to pull through, and afterwards they're going to have to question whether the losses were worth it. And that's what I ultimately think that this album ended up being about. And going into this, I think it should very much help. For Monday, I really am thinking of just breaking down the opening. So when I say breaking down the opening trailer, what I want to do is I want to look at the scenes of the trailer and talk about how those lead into the overarching arcs. Overarching arcs, that's stupid. But the arcs of like the first season, at least, like where we start with them getting the teams, the John arc, and then the the Weiss and Blake stuff. And I think if we can start there, and break down that at least properly and talk about that in a more concise way, it should do pretty well, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So yeah, that's been it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, if you don't mind, just like, comment, subscribe. Really helps me out. I'm sorry I'm not going to be able to edit out that remix, but because I did say things in it that I think are somewhat insightful. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and hope you guys enjoy it. Peace out, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow.